Hi everyone, good morning. It's a beautiful day here. Finally, it's warming up. I did not sleep last night. I stayed awake the whole night, so I went to bed early hours of the morning. But I did watch a John Maxwell talk. I applied for some jobs and woke up to this lovely sunshine that we're having, so I'll be going out. I thought I would just do a morning reflection. So I'm going to put this microphone on. It makes a big difference having the microphone, you can hear it. So the talk I listened to for John Maxwell was on perspective, and it was a good talk. He did it on the Good Samaritan and how our view affects what we see and what we do. So I like John Maxwell because he always brings a bit of humor into his talk and into what he's doing, and he engages with the audience really well. For me, I'm serious-minded, so you don't find me joking about things or making a joke of things. And I see Mark Carney is going to be our new liberal leader. So let's see what the people vote for. If they vote for more drugs, more crime, more destitution, because it's been really hard. But everyone was waiting for this day, for this moment to come. And for me, it's a time of change too, because I'm telling people now that I'm stepping off the one campaign from now. Because for me to do the one campaign without Bono, it's too hard. I miss Bono, I miss his voice, I miss that support that we got that made it easier for us to get signatures, to get help. And in Canada, it's always been a hard sell. Even when I asked if I could collect signatures in churches, there was no support. So it's going to be that much harder now that he's not going to be on the board. And we knew that, but I guess it's going to be a completely different campaign. So that's why I made the decision to step down. And also at the church, there's too many rumors. You know, people are always saying, oh, Bono likes her, or oh, Bono doesn't like her, or oh, that's the girl that Bono loves. I'm like, you know what? I just go to church and I leave. I don't talk to anybody. So I haven't seen Bono since he launched our campaign in 2017. And I don't know where all of this is coming from. But it's not coming from me, because I don't talk about Bono to anybody. And I would have loved it if he had come, but he hasn't come. And it was the same thing with Sting. The police and the security guards were telling people at the Sting concert that I messaged my cousin to tell her that I was coming to the concert. And I'm like, you know what, this is ridiculous. I'm not 5 years old. My family go to a lot of things that we tell each other about. I don't see why you have to tell the people sitting next to me that I messaged my family to say that I'm coming to a concert. It's got nothing to do with them. So that's part of the reason I don't like Canada, because everywhere I go, it's like, oh, does her family know she's here? It's like, what's it got to do with you? So, you know, it's really upsetting, and I just decided it's better for me to just step down, because I worked hard to build up that relationship that I have with you two, with Bono, and also with Sting. I've gone to everything I could for all of them, for you two, for Sting, for Springsteen, and that's my way of supporting human rights. And when I go to the church, I'm not going to the church to see people. I'm not going to the church for people to take note of when I'm coming, when I'm going, how fast I'm putting the Holy Communion in my mouth. Like, focus on your own life, because I focus on my own life. And I enjoyed the Sting concert. I just told myself I'm not going to let it affect me. If people are going to be assholes and be idiots, there's nothing I can do. So I enjoyed whatever time I had. And Bono's voice was very important for me in the One campaign because he stood with Mandela when we launched that Poverty is Sexist initiative. And it's been a hard push to get any support here in Canada from the government, from getting signatures, getting people to join. Even with the MPs, it's been very, very hard. So I just feel like I've done my share. Maybe if Bono comes back to support us and he sets up monthly calls or he sets up something where he's going to meet his volunteers in Canada, maybe I'll change my mind. But for me, the draw was always Nelson Mandela and Bono. And I did work for Nelson Mandela outside of what I did for the One campaign and RED. So that's what I wanted to share with people, because it's really upsetting me that I don't have my freedom, that every time I do something I have to hear about, oh, this one also likes Sting, or that one, you know what, just go on his page and start telling him, oh Sting, this one also likes you, that one also likes you, and build your relationship with these guys. Because I've been their fan since I was a little girl, not from now. At the whatever I put now, it's only because we have social media, and we're supposed to do that. They encourage us to do that for the One campaign, to air our voices, our experiences, tell them what we've gone through, because that is what they want to know. That's where the pull comes in for them, because if they know, that makes a difference in helping to get the funding through for their initiatives, for whatever we're asking for funding for. It's our personal stories, it's what we've gone through and what we are going through in Canada that makes the difference for Sting, for the MPs, for Justin Trudeau, for the government. Millions of people can write to them and ask for funding. What difference does it make? If they know my story and they know why I'm doing this and what I went through in my childhood, in my journey, then they are going to give money towards it. And they are going to look at specific countries. If we mention, I'm from Zimbabwe, or I've been in Canada this long, and look at how things are going for me, then it helps the government to make those decisions. If we just sit back like wallflowers and we don't go out, we don't live our lives, we don't do anything, we don't post on social media, then why should they do anything? Because anybody can set up a campaign, anybody can ask for signatures, anybody can ask for buy-in. So I think it's unfortunate that people have decided to use this against me, because I haven't seen Bono since he launched the campaign. I went to one concert after that, and then I went to a couple of things where he had concerts where we got signatures and we were outside. We weren't even inside the concert event, so we didn't see him perform or anything. We were outside. So that's why I just wanted it to be clear, because it affects me very badly. And then people start making 2 and 2 into 24, and then I get called to the police station, and it's really unfair to me, because this is my passion, this is my purpose. I always wanted to make a difference, to alleviate poverty, and instead my life is not getting better. It's becoming worse and worse financially. So that's what I decided to do. And also in terms of going to church, I don't go to church if I'm sick or if I'm not well. I don't push myself like that anymore, because it really doesn't help me if people are just watching me to criticize me, to talk about me to the other parishioners, and they don't know me. They don't take the time to get to know me. And like, what's the purpose? What is the end game? So that's what I do now. And even when I'm scheduled to work, if I'm scheduled to work on a Sunday, I work. Because at the end of the day, I need a job. The priests are still going to get their donations. They're still going to get to go meet the Pope or do whatever and get the funding for their initiatives. It's not going to make a difference to them. And in our Catholic theology, you can't be that harsh on people, that it's a sin. If you actually make them go into debt and go into poverty, and you're constantly picking on one person and getting them out of their jobs, it's a sin. So, yeah, I just wanted to be clear on that for the people that are following me. And it's not an exclusive club. I mean, if you want to join the One campaign, just go on the website and contact them and tell them you're interested and you want to get involved. And they'll take it from there and they'll see what they can do. And if you have the skills and what they're looking for, they'll help you to get on board. We don't get any special privileges. We don't get any special treatment. We don't get opportunities to sit down with Bono. So, I mean, it's not what people think it is. It's not the way it looks on the outside. It's hard work. And we don't get anything, we don't get any money towards what we're doing. So I just wanted to be clear on that. And the same thing with Sting. I've been a fan of Sting since I was a little girl. So I've been following them for a long time. I've been supporting them for a long time. And if I go to a concert where they're there, so what? What's it got to do with anybody? It's got nothing to do with anyone, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of getting on the train and people being called to say where I am, how many times I'm shopping, how many times I go to the grocery store. It's got nothing to do with anyone because nobody's giving me that money towards it. And nobody's giving me a job towards it. My mother goes wherever she wants, she does whatever she wants, and nobody tracks her. And she's in her 80s. So why should they track me? When I'm an independent woman and I'm living independently and I'm contributing in a good way to Canada. It's got nothing to do with anyone. And really and truly, do you think if Bono or anybody for that matter wanted to meet me without people knowing about it, do you think it couldn't be arranged? It could. It could be arranged instantly. So there's nothing there, and I don't know why people are making a big deal of it. Because it's destroying my life and it's not fair to me. I've done nothing wrong. And even when I went to the launch for the Africa Rising for EY, people were making a big deal of it. There's nothing there. The Consular General were just trying to help me to get a job at EY because they know that I want to work in consulting or I want to work in a good company. That's why they tried. And it would have also benefited Wits. Because there are a lot of South Africans that work in these blue chip companies. So that's all they were trying to do, nothing else. There are some people who wanted me to get into a good paid job, even with HSBC. And unfortunately, because of other people, I landed up being let go. So I'm also tired of it. And I'm praying that whatever company I get into, I'll be able to stay there. And I won't have to deal with all of this. Because it's got nothing to do with anyone. Maybe Bono could organize a private plane for me if he wanted. Or Roger Federer. And nobody would know. But because of the way they set this up, it's like, oh, does her family know she's here? Like what? Am I 12 years old? I'm not. So everybody's tired of it. I'm tired of it. People should be focusing on their own lives, their own journeys, and their own faith. And this One campaign, it's a very, very hard push. It's very hard for us to get the funding that we do because there are immense problems in Canada. There are people on reservations that don't have access to clean water. There are people like me who are in and out of jobs, and we can't get stable jobs. We don't get selected for promotions. But we're still using our lives to try to help those who are back in Africa. So show us some respect, show us some love, and stop interfering. Focus on your own lives, because I would like to go to a concert and enjoy it without some stranger sitting next to me being told by the security guard she told her cousin she was coming. Or people using my relationship with Bono against me, because I don't see Bono, I don't talk to him every day. I don't have meetings with him like the team does that's paid to work with him. And yes, I do have a love for him, and that's my love for him. But it's got nothing to do with anybody. If you want to get involved, do the work. They're always looking for people. Do the work. Because I'm still applying to places like World Bank, World Food Program. I'm still applying to all these different places, hoping that I get a break. And I'd be happy to leave Canada if that's what it takes. Because it's been a hard struggle here for me. And if people want to do things, there's all the opportunities in the world in Canada. They just have to go online and look. There's a lot of things, and if you don't know how to do it, contact me. I'll put you in touch with the people. With John Maxwell, with the One Campaign, I'll put you in touch so that you can focus on your own life and not my life. That would be a good place to start. Because just like the Good Samaritan that stops on the side of the road when nobody else will, that's what I do. And I want things to change for me and for the people like me who have done the work since the launch and who've given Bono our hearts, our time, and our talents, because we deserve it. And we are worthy of his time, and we are worthy of asking him for it. And we're entitled to ask for it. The same with John Maxwell. I would like to see John Maxwell come to Canada because it's expensive. The conferences are expensive. Plus you have to pay for your hotel, your flights. People like me who are earning minimum wage or less and earning $9,000 a year to $15,000 a year are not taking courses and investing in ourselves to stay poor. We're not educating ourselves to stay in debt. We're doing it for the opposite reason. And we're investing in places like Africa so that other people can also get those opportunities. And if people are going to keep destroying our lives, we're just going to stop going to the church. It's as simple as that. And even Sister Eileen, my spiritual director, told me, if they're going to keep coming at you, just stop going to church. Watch the church, the Mass at home online, and you can pray anywhere. You can praise God anywhere. You don't have to keep putting up with it. And I agree with her. And now that Bono's even less involved in the One Campaign, it makes it much easier. So if you want to know, do I love Bono? Yes, I do. So what are you going to do about it? There you go. So that's what I wanted to share with people, because I'm tired of it. If it's not my hair, it's my dress. If it's not my dress, it's the concerts I'm going to. If it's not the concerts I'm going to, it's why am I studying? I'm looking at my own life. It's time people focused on their own. That's what I say. And also, just so you know, it's very frightening when people do that to you. It's very frightening and it's very upsetting because nobody deserves to be treated like that. I want people to focus on their own lives and stop bringing Bono into everything. That's what I would like, and Sting, and where I'm going and what I'm doing. If my talks help you, listen to them. If not, stop focusing on my life. Because I paid for my Sting tickets myself, and I went there of my own accord. I joined the One Campaign of my own accord, and that's what's important.